Hi everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today we are going to discuss on the generative AI and the LLMs in the pharma domain. So if you are someone who is wanting to enter into the life science domain or you're already working in this life science domain, this video will be really helpful for you in understanding how AI will impact you in the upcoming next year. So we will deep dive into from hype to the agentic reality. So let's start with the agenda. So first we will start with the introduction of the generative AI and the LLMs. Then we will discuss on the pharma AI revolution, how AI is impacting the pharma domain. Then we will specifically deep dive into the Veeva Vault RIM and how Veeva AI is helping us in maintaining the regulatory data. And then what will be the next step for us. So let's start with the basic definition. First is what is LLM? So LLM is the network trained large language models who are trained with the context. So I know you must you like you have used ChatGPT or Gemini or Meta AI. Those all are the LLMs who is working on a large language model. So what they can do is they can summarize any document. They can take the data from that. Also, they have the capability to search from the web and they can also search from the document. Let's see how LLM will be useful in the pharma domain. For example, medical writing or summarization. If I want to take a summary of any complex document, I can give them like 10, 20, thousands of documents and LLM can take the uh, keynotes from that. So we can ask them to make a report or make a new Word file out of that. So LLM will help us to search the uh, content across the web or from the documents. Now the generative AI, which can generate the new content, they can generate the images, they can generate the video files also. So now we are moving to Gen AI world. So even ChatGPT also they can generate the images. The next term we have is the AI agents. So AI agents can replace the a real human. So AI agents can perform the task. For example, if I want to prepare a new file based on some random topic, so generative agentic AI will help us to create that PPT or Word file based on that topic. And also they can update the document as well. So agentic AI is a part of a generative AI model. So now we are moving to generative AI. Then we have the foundation models. So they are the pre-trained models on generated data. So you can think in that way. Suppose ChatGPT is more generalized, who have the knowledge of all the domains. But if you want to make it more specialized on some topic, yeah, for example, like for the pharma, let's take an example of pharma. So we have to give some more additional context on that pharma domain, and that happens with the company's requirement. So because uh, organization cannot work in a generic, general information, so they have to train them a bit as per their company's policies, company's SOP. So in that case they will use this foundation models, and then these models will be linked to the Gen AI, and then they both together can execute the task in more efficient way. So foundation models, they can fine tune it on the domain specific data set. Data set is the data, right? So it's a set of the data. So they will dump all the data into these foundation models, and through that Gen AI and those models will work. Llama 3 is one of the on-premises pharma deployment, which means on-premises is the local softwares. So that will be installed in the local PC. Like for example, we have Vice City in the earlier days, GTA Vice City. So those games are the offline games which can run locally on the PC, right? So another type of software is the online software. So which is like Viva Vault RIM is one of the online software, or you can say YouTube is also a online software. So those are the online software. So Llama is the unique point is it's a offline software. It's cheaper to use compared to other big softwares, and we can run it locally. And so that we have more control on the data. Because if we make it online, we have the more security issues. But if it's running locally into the server, then leakage of the data become next to impossible. Okay, so that's some basic concept on the agents. Now let's see in the pharma, like they are impacting. So drug discovery, they made it 3 times faster by lead identification or prediction, where would be the protein ligand, then optimization. So through this drug discovery techniques, we can 3x uh, the molecule design, the discovery molecule. Clinical trial design also, they can write the clinical trial protocol, they can author it. Also, they can check the site feasibility analysis. And earlier, we need a large team to do this, to check the site whether it's feasible or not. So for that, we need a large team. But now with the help of AI, we can downsize the team, and that we will end up with saving more money. Medical writing 40% cycle time reduction. So earlier for introduction, it was like 180 hours, but now it's reduced to 80 hours. This is as per the McKinsey report. Then regulatory submission, 60% time saved because, for example, module 3, they can auto assemble the documents and they can automatically upload the documents into the module 3. Also, they will flag if any document is missing or a bookmark is not working, hyperlink is not working. AI can help that. Pharmacovigilance. In this domain, AI can help us in detecting the adverse event. So they can run 24/7 and uh, they can detect the adverse event or any signal that's there on the web. So uh, how this will work is like they can continuously mine these softwares, your drug vigilance, literature, spheres. So human for human like they can work only 8 hours and 5 days a week or 6 days a week. But AI agents can run 24/7. Biomarker analysis, they have more precise medicines because now we can identify the biomarker with the help of AI. So we can do the things on the genomics, then clinical data for patient stratification. So if you are someone who is studying, who is trying to enter into this pharma domain, this is really helpful for you to understand the latest trend and you can plan accordingly. And if you are the someone who is working in any one of this field, you can think in this way and you can try to upskill yourself in these domains because these are the future and this AI usage will be increased over the next couple of months. Okay, so this is about the normal, like a general pharma world. Now let's have a look on the RIM side. So before starting, let's discuss what is Viva Vault RIM. So RIM is a regulatory information management software where we can store any regulatory data and regulatory documents. And this software is developed by the Veeva. There are many developers available in the market, but Veeva is one of the developer of the RIM software. Veeva Vault RIM is used by most of the top pharma companies to manage their entire regulatory life cycle. So they'll start from the submission planning and they'll go like till the approval and the health authority correspondence. These are some of the features of the Veeva Vault RIM. Like we can have the CTD submission, we can manage the registration data, we can archive the submission for years and years, and we can publish the dossiers directly from the Viva software. And we have the connections also where we can uh, track the health authority data. If you want to learn more about the Veeva Vault RIM, you can comment down in this video, or you can reach out to me via email, which I have provided in the description and in the comment box. These are some of the pain points in the Veeva RIM and where AI can help us. For example, the submission timeline. So AI can help us to remind the critical submission timeline. So they will notify us for all the submissions who is planned for the next week. So AI can help us in tracking the submission timelines. They can help us in tracking the health authority correspondence also. And we can reuse the content because once we train the AI, they have the context now, and now AI will never forget. So every time we give them the prompt, we give them the command, they will consider all the criterias, all the content, and then they will give the answers to us. So we can reuse the content with the help of AI. Then global coordination. So generally we are seeing like in South America, for example, in Asian countries, the labeling data is inconsistent and registration data is also not up to the mark across the market. So AI can help us to identify those gaps and streamline the data. So these are some of the pain points where the AI can help us in the Veeva Vault RIM. Next, AI inside Veeva Vault RIM today and tomorrow. So on the left side you will see what's happened till now. On the right side you will see what's in the pipeline for the upcoming next quarter, next year. So as of now, we are seeing like we have the auto tagging metadata extraction feature on the documents. So Viva AI, like Viva can read all the documents and they can extract the metadata and they can populate those fields on the right side. So that feature is already available if like it's open to integrate. Regulatory intelligence extraction from the submission. They have the predictive insights. They can estimate the submission dates. They can label the paragraph tagging, and also they can tag the missing files, missing data in the Viva RIM. So and also there are like co-author integration for AI assisted regulatory writing. So these are some of the implementation that's is happened till now. For the future, they have the health authority interaction agent, which can auto track and draft the HR responses. Regulatory operation agent, they can automate the submission workflow. We have Viva AI inbuilt, which is developed on this Claude platform, and Claude is developed by the Anthropic. And we can also bring our own LLM. So suppose if we think that Gemini is more efficient or ChatGPT is more efficient, we can integrate our own LLM also into this Viva RIM. Then we have single gateway to 70 plus regulatory agencies. So these are some of the upcoming Viva AI plannings inside the Viva, which we will be seeing in next couple of months in the RIM software. Next, let's talk about the Veeva Falcon, which is the hot topic as of now, and it was recently discussed 2 days back in the R&D summit, where they have introduced TMF agent, or safety case agent, and HA interaction agent. So this is the planned date. So TMF agent will be released in the Q2 in 2026. Safety case agent will be released in Q2, same quarter 2, and HA interaction agent will be released in August. This is more limited to the Veeva Vault RIM. So TMF agent is for the clinical software. So they can automate the TMF file, they can classify it, and they can store those documents in the Veeva clinical software. Safety case agent, they can automate, they can track the adverse event 24/7 and accelerate the pharmacovigilance case reporting. HA interaction agent, which is purely for the Veeva Vault RIM, they can manage the health authority interaction and they can draft the response. And it's a big achievement for the Viva because always health authority question is a time sensitive task, because whenever authority give us the question we have to reply back within certain number of days, And if we are not able to respond that, then the authority will give us a big penalty. So this is really helpful for the pharma companies to um, get track of the all the authority interactions and through this agent. So Viva Falcon is a playground where we can build our own AI agent. There are free courses available on the Viva AI. So first is the introduction, which is free of cost as of now. You can register. Second course is how to build your own AI agents. So that also you can enroll if you wish, like if you are thinking that this is helpful for you. But I highly recommend to enroll for a free course in the Viva educational training page, and you can enroll for the Viva AI foundational course, which is free of cost as of now. Okay, so let's move to the next um, slide, which is on some numbers. Like, let's see how Viva AI is helping the pharma companies. So we have the savings of 60 to 110 billion, and it's true. Like, because whenever we see like companies enabling the AI agents and layoffing the employees, we see a general high, rise in the stocks of the in the revenue in the share market. So they are loving, they're rewarding that. Second, as we discussed, it's a like 25 billion savings in the clinical development, 40% reduction in the CSR authoring, and 95% um, accuracy, and this increased a lot. So it's very rare that AI, task is getting failed. So we achieved like the 95% accuracy in this. So now if you are a student or if you are already working in the life science domain, you might be wondering like what will be the next step for us, how we can deal with the AI. So first of all, we don't have to afraid of the AI. We have to use AI more. So we have to get used with the terms. What is LLM? What is AI agent? What's the agentic AI? What's their capability? How they can help us in planning the submissions, right? So think in the way like the AI will 10x your work, and we have to learn AI because it's a powerful tool like Microsoft Excel or Microsoft PPT, right? So Viva AI will is the best innovation that we did till now, and Viva AI, like not only Viva AI, the AI will help us to 10x our work for sure. So we have to learn it and we have to use it and make our work more efficient and deliver the quality products. So with the increase of the AI in the market, we need to we need some guidance, we need some control over the AI also. For that we have seen couple of guidelines from the FDA, from the EMA um, regarding the AI. So you can read these guidelines and you will understand, the best practice of using the AI, because the biggest challenge for the pharma company is to uh, preserve the confidential information, right? So these guidance will help us to build a authenticated, to build a GxP compliant system with the guidance, and maybe in the future we have to take the approval from the health authority before using any system. So it's like a GxP system. So like in GxP we have a good um, software practices, right? So where we have all the standards. And similarly for AI also, there will be new guidelines coming. And these are the guidelines, some of the guidelines which is available in the life science domain currently. The next move is we will be seeing more agentic AI, which can draft the documents, which can handle the work for us. We will be seeing real-time regulatory intelligence, which will continuously monitor all the guidelines and give us the update. So these are kind of like acting as a newsletter, right? So we will be more updated with the guidelines. AI native pharma companies, there are many companies which is completely based on the AI first pipeline. So they are building the AI agents, helping the pharma companies to implement AI. Some of them is in silico, biotech, and traditional pharma companies have to rework on the processes and they have to think more how AI can be beneficial for them. Then, like we discussed, we have the GxP environments, and maybe now with the help of AI, we may see an update in the GxP environment also to make the system more efficient because 21 CFR Part 11 is one of the GxP standard. So we may see lots of update in this. Now, key takeaway from this session. LLM is just not a hype, they are really creating the impact, and we are seeing measurable ROI, return of interest in the pharma today. So, whatever the bucks we are spending in the AI, we are getting the rewards. Veeva Vault RIM, we know it's a regulatory software and now it's AI enabled, so the limitations is increased. Veeva Falcon Agentic AI is a platform where we can build our own agents. And we have seen a couple of guidelines from the FDA, from the EMA on the AI side. The winners will be those who will learn the AI, integrate it, and scale it in the GxP environment. So we have to think like where we can learn AI, where we can use it in the pharma domain, and simplify the complex process. So that's all for today. And if you have any questions, you can comment down below or you can reach out to me via email. If you want to learn more about Veeva AI, how it's coming, how it will create the impact on the labeling, CMC, publishing, and how we can create our own agents, what are Veeva agents. If you have any type of query, I'm open to answer all of the questions. You can drop your questions in that email or you can comment down below. And if you're liking these kind of videos, you can like, share and comment. And thank you for your support and subscribe to this channel so that you will be notified whenever I upload a new video. So that's all for today. We'll see you in the next video.